First of all, we all know that this would have been a very different scene if it was a man yelling at a woman like this. It is absolutely not okay. And the most obvious, biggest red flag of this woman is the lack of emotional control. This is why men today will absolutely first pick that woman that is cute but has some emotional intelligence versus the woman that is beautiful but crazy. I would even stand to argue that a lot of men are suspicious of beautiful women because they just assume that she might be a little bit crazy.
This woman completely exploded on her boyfriend at the airport because she missed her flight. And let's just be honest here. If the roles were reversed, if it was a man yelling and losing his mind on a woman like that in public, everyone would have lost it. There'd be security, bystanders filming, people calling it emotional abuse, toxic masculinity, probably even police involvement. But because it was a woman, most people just brushed it off or tried to justify it. That's the double standard. That's the problem. It's absolutely not okay. It's not acceptable. And the biggest, most obvious red flag in that whole scene was a complete lack of emotional control. That right there is a core issue. She didn't miss the flight because of him. She missed it because of herself. But instead of taking responsibility, she lashed out and embarrassed him in public. All because she couldn't regulate her emotions like an adult. From my observations, she doesn't need sympathy. She needs therapy. Plain and simple. Because if a man acted like that, we'd say he's dangerous, unstable, unfit for a relationship. But when a woman does it, people make excuses. No, the blame is on her. She chose to act out. She chose to turn a personal mistake into public humiliation for someone who probably didn't deserve any of it. That's toxic behavior, and it needs to be called out, not ignored just because it came from a woman. Emotional instability is not gender-specific, and in this case, it's crystal clear where the blame lies. Women don't get a pass for bad behavior just because they're women.
My husband is currently packing his bags and also packing our kids' stuff because he is going to leave to another state, all because I cheated on him with a mutual friend. My husband and I have been together for a while. No, I don't think there was any issues in the relationship or marriage whatsoever. I actually thought our life was pretty perfect, but then I decided to talk to one of our mutual friends, and one thing led to another. I think I was just really tired of the fact that my husband was constantly working to make sure that we had a roof over our heads and to make sure that everything was paid, and so I just felt very lonely, so I decided that I was just going to message his friend, just like we are friends, nothing else, that was it, and then all of a sudden it just led to something else. I mean, at least I had the balls to actually tell my husband what was going on because I could have kept it from him. I could have just moved on without telling him shit. After I told him, I was very surprised about his reaction because he was not freaking out or panicking. He just said, okay, and then he said he was going to pack his shit and go, but he was also going to take the kids. He was very demure, if I can say that word. I just thought he was going to accept the fact that I was cheating on him and then we could just move on and, continue with our perfect lives. But no, he instead chose that he wants to actually leave with our kids, and now I'm panicking.
She cheated on her husband and instantly regretted it. But that regret doesn't erase what she did. Once you cheat, that part of your life never goes back to normal. Nothing is ever perfect afterwards. The trust is gone, the respect is broken, and the damage is permanent. And let's stop acting like her regret is some kind of redemption arc. It's not. She made a choice. She stepped out. She betrayed him. And now she has to live with the consequences. And here's the truth that no one wants to say. He deserves better. He deserves a woman who respects him, who values loyalty, who doesn't throw away a relationship just to chase a moment of selfishness. But what do we see instead? Excuses. Sympathy for her pain. People trying to say she was confused, she didn't feel seen, or she made a mistake in a moment of weakness. No, she knew exactly what she was doing, and now she regrets it because she got caught or because she realized the grass wasn't greener. But regret doesn't make her right. It just exposes the truth. She never appreciated what she had, and that's on her. She ruined it. She crossed the line, and now she wants comfort for the mess she made? No. The blame is hers and hers alone.
So earlier today, I did a video asking if professions should be limited by characteristics that a person has or based on qualifications. Overwhelmingly, the answer was based on their qualifications. And the reason that I asked that was because of this.
Men should not be gynecologists.
So, after seeing that, does everyone still feel the same? Or have some changed their mind? Should a person be able to pursue whatever career they choose to do as long as they are qualified for it, regardless of the characteristics that they have, and that includes their gender? Or should certain professions be restricted based on a person's gender? Because I would like to point out, by the logic displayed in that video, and I use the term logic loosely here, that means that, by their logic, women shouldn't be urologists. But I'm sure that'll probably upset some.
I need to say something that might ruffle a few feathers, but it needs to be said. There's this group of women on TikTok going around saying that men shouldn't be gynecologists. And honestly, that's nonsense. Let's be real. Some of the most gentle, patient, and understanding professionals in that field are men. And I'm saying that not just from personal experience, but from what many women themselves have openly admitted. In fact, if we're being honest, a lot of female gynecologists can be rough, rushed, and show far less sympathy than their male counterparts. That's just the truth. Yet, here we are, watching women turn around and say that men shouldn't be in that profession at all. Why? Just because they're men? Let's stop pretending this is about safety or comfort. Every woman has the right to request a female doctor, and that's absolutely fine. No one is taking that away. But when women start pushing the narrative that men don't belong in a field where they've not only excelled, but where they've actually shown more care and professionalism than some of their female peers, that's where the hypocrisy shows. The blame here doesn't go to society. It doesn't go to the system. It falls squarely on the women making those kinds of baseless, sexist claims. You don't get to call for equality while tearing down men who've dedicated their lives to helping women.